Recently I've been making guides on where to find the harder to find and most profitable items inside of Escape from Tarkov, whether that be fuel, graphics cards, LEDX, red keycard, etc. They're all on my channel. But you guys keep asking in the comment section below where I find intelligence, because intelligence will not only make you a vast amount of money on the flea market if you were to sell it, but you also need it for the intelligence center upgrades, which in turn you need for the Bitcoin farm, and it'll also give you a good scav case return if you were to put an intelligence inside of your scav case. So with that being said, this video is all of the locations that I go to get intelligence most frequently, so hopefully this video helps you. It took me a couple of days to make, so if you do enjoy it, a like is always appreciated, and subscribe for future content, and don't forget to comment down below because of the YouTube algorithm, yeah? So the first map we're actually going to go to is Labs. Now Labs is obviously not my favourite map, but we are right at the front of the Labs map with the plane and the screens and the shit, and straight ahead of you is the cat office. So if you were to go up to the top, up these stairs, and go inside of the cat office, this is where we're going to find our first intelligence. Around all of these folders around the circular desk, intelligence can spawn. So it's worth going around this whole desk and double checking for any intelligence on this table. If you turn back the way you came and look towards the plane again, and you take a left, there's an office with a number 2 on it. Inside of this office is actually another intelligence spawn, so open the door and then you'll see sort of like a blue and white pathway. If you follow this blue and white pathway around to your left, and it'll lead you to an end office. This end office here, on top of this table or on the floor by the chair, the intelligence can spawn, so make sure you check both locations inside of this room. Coming out of the room now, follow the pathway back out into the main hallway and take a left. You'll see another office just over the other side of this open area. You'll see there is another number 2 on it. This is actually the corridor that leads to the violet keycard room and the red keycard room. So you're going to want to go inside of this hallway here and follow it all the way around. So follow this dark patch of carpet here, follow it all the way around, and it'll lead you to some desk at the end. To the right of this desk there is a shelving unit and some blue files on top of that shelving unit. You're going to want to look at the blue files and then look at the shelf above them blue files, and that is where the intel can spawn. And don't forget there is also a green keycard that can spawn within the files as well. Coming out of this location now, you're going to want to actually head towards the manager's office. So the best way to do that is go past the kitchen, keep the kitchen to your left, and just keep heading down, and then take a right. Follow the catwalk all the way around and then enter into the middle area, and you'll see manager's office straight ahead of you. If you go into the manager's office area and then look behind the reception desk, that is where another intelligence can spawn. As you can see, it's right there amongst the files. There's also another 2 spawn locations for intelligence. You simply need to head further into the manager's office area. You'll see that there is an open room here with a conference table in it. Next to this laptop, there's like a yellow sticker, and around this area is where the intel can spawn next to this laptop. And also, if you have the manager's office key, you can go into the manager's office, which is this back room here, and on the back table, intelligence can spawn on that back table where that white light is. Coming out of the manager's office area now, we're going to go down the stairs towards weapon testing. Weapon testing is just over there. But before weapon testing, you'll see that there's this orange lit up area here. This is sort of a server area. It's got a bunch of server cabinets in it. And right on this front desk, next to this blue file and the telephone, there's another intelligence spawn location right here. If it doesn't spawn here, then it's always worth doing 180 degrees, looking towards this massive black generator and a single metal table over there, because on top of this metal table, an intelligence can spawn right in front of the laptop, and if it doesn't spawn here, you've always got a chance of finding some cool tech items here as well, so don't forget to check this location. From this table, take a right and go towards the dome area. The dome area has another intelligence spawn location, so you're going to want to go inside of where the dome is, and then once inside, look to the right and you'll see a desk with a computer by it. Right in the middle by this fax machine, there is an intelligence spawn here. A black keycard can also spawn here, so it's always good to check here as well. And once you've checked this location, you're going to want to come out of the dome area to the right, and straight ahead of you, you'll see some shelving units with a bunch of files on. Go over to these shelving units and look to the right hand side shelving unit. On the second from bottom shelf next to the files, an intelligence can spawn here as well. And then just to the other side of this wall, you'll see a circular table, and by these files, once again, another intelligence can spawn. So there's plenty of intelligence inside of the labs map, but that isn't actually the best map to go to. There's reserve, there's customs, and I'm going to be showing you them all in this video, so let's move on to customs, shall we? Now there isn't many spawns on the customs map, but they are relatively consistent on where they spawn. Our first spawn is over in the very far left hand side, the customs office side of the customs map, and we're actually going to be going in Big Red itself. Once you go in the front of Big Red, you're going to want to go up the stairs to the customs office, and once you go all the way up to the top, unlock this door with the customs office key. Once you've unlocked it, go all the way down the end, and then the door to your right will be breachable. Breach that door, take a left, and in the bin right behind the door is where an intel can spawn, but it's worth checking around this room because there's a tech item that can spawn on the bottom shelves of these metal shelves here. Check the desk, check the safe, etc. But it's in the bin in which the intelligence can spawn. So we've now crossed the river towards the main part of the customs map, and this next spawn is probably my favourite spawn to go to find intelligence. You'll go past the Welcome to Tarkov truck, and you'll be heading into the new construction area of the customs expansion. You're going to want to go past the dead scav with the unknown key on him, and then go through the hole in the wall here. And then if you look to your right, you'll see a building. This building's known as Crack House. If you go into the front door of Crack House, you just head over there, the door spawns open, and once you go in, you want to take a right and head up the stairs. Once you head up the stairs, you'll notice there's a double door of wood right in front of you. You're going to want to open this double door, and then on every single wooden shelf here, intelligence can spawn. So you're also going to want to check the flooring, but also make sure you double check in every shelf because they can blend in quite well, but every single shelf, and then you can find them. You can find more than one in this location, so bear that in mind. You can find 3, 4 at once at sometimes, so it's best to bring an empty docks case or a near empty docks case because you can fit them all in your container without having to worry about it taking up too much space. Although customs only has 2 spawns I check thoroughly for intelligence, they are both really good spawns to check. Big Red because the key's cheap at the majority of the wipe, as well as not many people checking that bin to actually see if an intelligence spawns. And this Crack House intel room, because of the amount that you can actually get here, it's open so everyone has access to it, but if you're quick you can sometimes end up with 3 or 4 intelligence that you can shove in a docks case and you can keep it secure in your secure container. So now we're going to spend the majority of the video going over 40 locations inside of the reserve map that you can loot for intelligence. As I just said, reserve is crazy for intelligence spawns, so we're going to be using this map that's located on the wiki to reference loosely where we're going to be going and what order we're going to be going in. I'll also link this map down below in the description. The reason I say loosely is because some of them are in accurate spawn locations, but don't worry, I'm going to be showing you exactly where to find every intelligence spawn that I go to inside of this map. So we're going to be starting off at the White Knight building. We're going to go in the front door of the White Knight building, and you'll see as soon as you go in the front door there's 3 open doors to the left. We're going to go in the second open door, and then once you go in the back left hand corner you'll see a blue desk. Then on top of this blue desk where all the plans are, you'll find an intelligence spawn. Then you're going to come out of this room and follow the corridor around to the right hand side. Right down the end of this corridor you'll see a grated off door, and you'll be able to unlock this door with the RBMP13 key. And once you unlock this door, straight ahead of you there'll be a desk. On top of this desk or on top of the chair, an intelligence can spawn in here. From this room we're going to go up the stairs and we're going to go all the way to the 3rd floor. And then straight ahead of you there are 2 doors. In both of these rooms there are intelligence spawns. In the first room you'll open the door and see a candle on top of this desk here, and on this desk where the gold chain is, an intelligence can spawn right here. Coming out of this room and then going into the next room along to the right, there are a couple intelligence spawns. You'll be able to find one on top of this desk where the Salewa and Squash are, and if you turn left, over in the back corner of the room there's a white chair next to some green boxes, and I recommend checking these green boxes because they can spawn modified weapons, for example. So double check this chair as well, as that's where you'll get your intelligence. Then what you're going to want to do is come out of this room and go onto the roof. Once you're out onto the roof, head into the middle of the roof and you'll see a hole. Drop down this hole and you'll be going into RBMP22, and this is unlocked with that key. Inside of this room, to the right hand side, right next to these weapon racks with the papers on the desk here, right next to these papers is where the intelligence can spawn in this room. And then if you want to come out of this room and look into the next room on the right, inside of this open room, on top of the filing cabinets, is where you can find another intelligence spawn. That's all the intelligence spawns. That's 7 intelligence spawns that you can find inside of White Knight. We're going to be heading across the compound now to Black Knight, and we'll show you some more intelligence spawns. Moving on into Black Knight now, you're going to want to go through the front door, and straight ahead of you you'll see a set of stairs. Go up these stairs into the second floor. Once you're on the second floor, take a left and go all the way down the end of the corridor. You'll see a grated off door, and this will be opened with the MP21 key. Once you open this door, straight to your right there will be a set of filing cabinets. On top of these filing cabinets an intelligence can spawn, and also further around right next to the weapons rack on this blue desk over here on the left hand side of it, an intelligence can spawn here also. Come out of this room and go up the stairs once again to the 3rd floor, and that'll be where our next intelligence is. You'll see straight ahead of you 2 closed doors. You're going to want to go into the furthest away door, open that up, and then right in the far left corner you'll see a PC on top of a candle lit desk, and right by the PC is where the intelligence can spawn. Come out of this room and go back towards the stairs. Before you go down the stairs though, look to your left and you'll see a door. This leads to the kitchen. There are 2 more spawns that you can find in here. One on this small chest of drawers right next to the guitar, an intelligence can spawn on top of there, as well as in the center of the table, an intelligence can spawn here also. We're now outside the Queen building. If you were to go through the front door of the Queen building, and then when you get to the corridor, take a right, and then just to your right you'll see a doorway with a red sign on it. If you go inside of this door, on the desks in front of you, right by the files, there is an intelligence spawn, as well as on the filing cabinets just to the right hand side of the desks, there is an intelligence spawn on top of there as well. Now, if we go out, and you'll see to your left a grated door. If you go through the grated door and then down the set of stairs into the basement, and then take a left into the bathrooms, and then take a right in the right corner of this room, you'll see a room that can be unlocked with the RBOP key. When you open this small room, right on this desk here is where the intelligence can spawn. Go back to the stairway that you just came from and go up the stairs all the way to the 3rd floor. So this is the 1st, go past the 2nd and up to the 3rd, and then immediately take a left and go all the way down to the end of the hallway. Go through the door at the end and turn a right. You'll see at the end there is a large desk, and on top of this desk is where the intelligence can spawn, and that is all the intelligence locations inside of the Queen building. Our next location that we're going to head to is White Bishop, which is just to the right of the front of the White Queen building. You're going to want to go all the way down to the other end of the White Bishop to enter the front door, and then once you locate the front door, simply go into it, and then straight ahead of you there'll be some stairs that lead down to the basement. Go down into the basement and you'll see some barricades with a bunch of sandbags. Look to the right of that and you'll see a desk that's lit up by a little lamp. On top of this desk, right next to this little paper here, is where the intelligence can spawn. So it's being lit up for you. It's really not hard to find when it does spawn here. Our next location is actually Black Bishop, so you're going to want to come back out of the White Bishop building, chuck a left and go all the way down towards the helicopter. As you can see, Black Bishop is the way that the helicopter is pointing towards. You're going to want to go in the left hand side door, and when you go inside the left hand side door you'll see some stairs straight ahead of you. Before you go up the stairs though, there is a door to the left hand side. This is unlocked with the RBAM key, and this is a really good room to have, although it is expensive on the flea market. Simply open this room, and on top of this desk right here is where an intel can spawn, as well as on the chair behind the desks here, this little stool, is where an intelligence can spawn here as well. It spawns more often than not on this stool, but I have seen it spawn right on top of these plans as well, so make sure you're checking this room quite thoroughly, as well as picking up all the high tier attachments and other things that are located in this room. Coming out from the RBAM room, we're going to go back towards the helicopter, as the helicopter is the next location where the intel can spawn. So you're going to want to go inside the helicopter itself, just go in the stairway here, and then take a right. You'll see a technical supply crate that is actually open, and inside this technical supply crate is actually 2 intelligence spawns. One on top of this blue tarpaulin here, and another on top of this generator sort of thing with the book. You know, it's got little fucking amp symbols on it. That's a generator in it. It's on there. It's on there. So 2 of them can spawn in this little technical supply crate as well, and that's quite nice to loot because it's nice and open and it's easy to get to. Now we're going to go over to the Black Pawn building, and then we're going to head in the left hand side doorway. From here you're going to want to go up to the 3rd floor, so go up 2 flights of stairs, and then once you're on the 3rd floor, take a left, and then the door right next to the stairway door is actually unlocked with the RBOB key. Once you unlock this door, straight ahead of you there's a small desk, and right underneath these files here is where a valuable spawn is, as well as an intelligence, so make sure you're checking here. Now we're going to go to the tail end of the helicopter. We're going to go into the White Pawn building. Once you go into the White Pawn building, you're going to want to go in through the right hand side door, then go straight down into the basement. Then slightly to your left you'll see an open grated door, and inside of here there's a desk that's lit up by a lamp. Over here around these files is where the intelligence can spawn. From here now you're going to want to go up to the 4th floor of the White Pawn building, so you're just going to want to keep going up the stairs until you reach the 4th floor. Once you reach the 4th floor, go into the main room, and you'll see that there is some boxes with a candle and some more files. Around these files again is where another intelligence can spawn. And then from here, continue on in the main room, go all the way down to the other end, and you'll see a closed grated door. This can be unlocked with the ORB1 key. So you're going to want to unlock it with the ORB1 key. And then on the ground here, amongst these files, another intelligence can spawn. Our next location for intel is actually near the D2 extract underground in the reserve map. If you don't know particularly how to get there, the easiest way to do it is go into the White Pawn building again and go into the basement. As soon as you're in the basement, chuck a right and you'll see an open door that leads to the underground. When you go through this open door and take a left, go down a small set of stairs and you'll see a red arrow that points to a stairway. You're going to want to go down this stairway all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a doorway on the right hand side. Open this door and follow the tunnels until it takes you towards the D2 extract. Once you're in this area with all the server cabinets, you're going to want to take a left, and this will take you down towards the D2 extract. You'll see a door that's closed. If this is open, then you know someone's been here, and there could be people camping, so be careful. But you're going to want to go all the way down until you reach sort of more server cabinets, and you'll see a duffel bag towards the end, right next to the doorway that takes you to the D2 extract itself. On the floor next to this duffel bag though, there are some files, and amongst these files is another intelligence spawn, as well as to the left hand side of this stove on this desk, an intelligence can spawn here as well. There are more intelligence spawns back out the way we came, so if we go back out towards the server cabinets that we originally saw, if you go underneath this red walkway all the way to the other end, you'll see a desk, and on this desk where the light is, there is an intelligence spawn here as well. And to the left of this desk there's a large spool. On top of this spool an intelligence can spawn here as well. If you go up on top of the red walkway, you'll be able to find more intelligence in an office. So if you go all the way to the back end along this walkway, you'll see a closed door, and inside this closed door a small technical office. Once you're inside here, look left and you'll see some files on top of these servers and these generators. An intelligence can spawn next to these files here, and if you keep following these generators all the way around to the left hand side of the room, you'll see a PC underneath a desk. Next to these filing cabinets, into the corner of this desk is where the next intel spawn can be located. So quite a few intelligence spawns underground as well, all close together, so bear that in mind. If you're coming towards D2 extract anyway to get out, it's always worth checking here, because you can find aces here as well, so bear that in mind also. Now we're up in the dome area of the reserve map. If you enter through these gates here, you'll notice there's two guard desks to the left and to the right of me. If we go into the right side first, this is the locked one, and it is unlocked with the RBKPRL key. If you get that key and unlock this room, there are a couple spawn locations in which an intel can spawn. One on top of the safe in the back right corner of the room, and another on the desk amongst the documents here. The one on the desk can actually fall through the desk when spawning, so make sure you check the floor as well. Coming out of this area and going into the unlocked guard shack now, there is another few intelligence spawn locations. When you enter, on the right hand side there's a small desk with a few documents on it. Make sure you check this desk as an intel can spawn there, and check the cabinet opposite that desk with a bunch of files on it, because an intel can spawn on here as well. Going into the actual dome building now, there are a few spawn locations in here too. If you go in the front door, take a left, in the far corner you'll see a corkboard, and below that corkboard a small metal table. On this metal table an intelligence can spawn here as well. Our next location, if we look at the metal table, take a right, you'll see an open door. If you go through this open door, immediately to your left you'll see a desk, and on top of this desk an intelligence can spawn here as well. If you go back to the entrance of the dome building, you'll see a double set of doors that are open here, and this takes you to a stairway. We're going to go to the second floor, and on the second floor you follow the corridor all the way around, and you'll see a closed door with a red sign on it. This gets unlocked with the RBKORL key, and when you unlock this area, inside of here, on top of this desk an intelligence can spawn, as well as on top of the filing cabinets, as you can see there. Now you're going to want to head back to the stairway and go up to the third floor now. Once you're up on the third floor, you're going to want to follow the corridor all the way around once again. And when you get to the end, you'll see an open room with some blue and white walls. Inside this room, there is a sofa with a bunch of files on it. This sofa here, an intelligence can spawn here too. Our last spawn on the interchange map is right by the barracks area close to the train yard. So we got the marked room in this barracks building, and the other barracks building is actually where our intel spawn is. So we're going to go in this B block here, we're going to go inside and go all the way down to the end. You'll notice there's an open door to the left hand side. Inside of this small room, on top of this desk where all the paperwork is an intel spawn. There's a lot of intelligence in Reserve, isn't there? Reserve is definitely a map to go to if you are looking to get intelligence quickly. But it's not just that. If you don't like running Reserve for some reason, then you can go to Customs and get easy intelligence from the crack house, for example. Or you can go and loot labs if you're a labs player. There's plenty of options. In fact, you can do some trading and get some intelligence without actually going into raid. There are a couple of ways that you can go about getting intelligence without actually going into raid and finding it. You can craft it if your intelligence center is already level 3, and for that you need 3 flash drives and 1 paper, and that will make you 1 intelligence in 31 hours and 40 minutes. And if you don't have your intelligence center at level 3 and that's what you're aiming to achieve, then you can go to trading, go to Peacekeeper, and at loyalty level 3 Peacekeeper, you can get your intelligence trade for 4 diaries and 4 slim diaries. You can also find up to 5 by doing quests. If you complete the quest from Jaeger Evil Watchman, and that involves you killing 5 PMCs in the dorms area of customs, he will give you 2 folders of intelligence. If that ain't enough, you can get 3 more by completing the Huntsman Path Sellout quest, also from Jaeger, and that involves you to eliminate Killer, find in raid Killer's helmet, and hand over that found in raid Killer's helmet to Jaeger. It's a pretty simple quest, in fact. Both of these are pretty easy, and they can net you 5 intelligence if you haven't done these quests already. And there you go guys, that's all of the locations that I go to get intelligence efficiently. There must be other locations that you prefer going to, so let me know by going down below in the comments and letting everyone know what you prefer, and then we can start a discussion there and get more locations for everyone to go to. Other than that, hope this video helped. Like I said, it did take me a while to make, so if you got this far in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content like this. But I love you all, thank you so much for watching, I'll see you soon. If any of you guys are interested in playing demanding games like Tarkov but are struggling with the performance, why not check out Shadow? Shadow's a cloud gaming subscription service that allows you to access a Windows desktop client with the top of the range hardware located at your nearest data center. Shadow is a service that I still use all the time. Anytime I'm out of the office and need to edit a video or record some footage, Shadow is perfect. They're a company that I really enjoy working with, and they're ideal for anyone who travels a lot or just someone that can't afford a super high powered PC. Shadow's got many people covered as long as you've got a relatively decent internet connection. If you wanted to check Shadow out, then there's a link below that you can go and do your research and find out more about their services. And if you do decide to subscribe to Shadow, then you can use my code Samosh and you'll save yourself some money, which is always worthwhile. I'd like to thank you once again for making it to this point in this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.